So welcome everyone to the very first general body meeting session for the American Institute of Architecture Students, University of Kansas chapter. I am super excited for this year and for some of the amazing things we have planned for you all. And I think there is events during one of our first year welcomes. We asked them and we have a raffle for them where we will be or we asked them, what are you most looking forward to this year? And these are some of the response. And so I think we need to take a look at some of these words and kind of get re-energized, find our energy with AIAS and with the school year, and look at all the optimism that our first years have for us. I looked at this myself and thought this was an amazing opportunity. Feel free to look at this and go as we are getting excited for our first year, or for another year, even digitally. So starting off, we will be doing a brief roll call. The way this will work in future meetings is our lovely secretary will just go down the line and say our names. But for this meeting, just to introduce ourselves a little bit more, we will not only say here, but we will also say a little bit about our role that we play with the chapter. So for an example, our lovely secretary, Liz Freka.
Hi, my name is Liz Freka. I am the secretary for the KU chapter. I am a second-year Masters of Architecture student, and my role as secretary is I keep meeting minutes for both our e-board meetings as well as general body meetings. And I also am on the Marvin Minute team, and so I help film and edit and upload those videos for you all to enjoy.
Awesome. And then if Liz, you want to just take that away as secretary for roll call, feel free.
Right. Ethan Sandberg.
Here, I am Ethan Sandberg. I am the chapter president for this year. And so my role in the chapter is to kind of lead the chapter in communications with both the school and the larger organization at a national level. This will be through me attending COP meetings, attending faculty meetings, as well as school-wide meetings, and just kind of getting to know the student body and being the face of our chapter. But that's kind of my role.
Lydia Yingling.
Hi everyone, I'm Lydia Yingling. I am the vice president of this chapter. I am the third year in the MARC program. My role as vice president is to assist the president wherever needed. Times that is involved with being on several different committees within our chapter, and helping out with relations that we have with the School of Architecture and Design. I'm also in charge of the elected board, which would be the people that you see listed on that bottom row there. So it's so lovely to see you all.
Jane Landreth, I believe she is absent. Sam Haney.
Hey, here. Hey guys, I'm Sam Haney. I'm the PR officer for AIAS this year with KU, and I'm a third year in the MARC program. My role as the PR officer of KU AIAS is to reach out to the chapter and engage the chapter via social media and by using graphic design programs such as InDesign, Illustrator, Photoshop, using graphic design to reach out to our chapter virtually, especially during this time. And yeah, working with the rest of the e-board, planning fun events for you guys.
Jennifer Caglia.
Here. Yeah, so I am the Freedom by Design director. Basically, my role is overseeing Freedom by Design projects and our Freedom by Design board, which I'll go over later on in the evening. But yeah, and I'm a second year MARC student.
Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren Maloney. I'm a third year architecture student in the MARC program. And basically my role as events coordinator is to coordinate all the events that goes on in AIAS and even in the architecture school. And one of my main roles is to plan membership week for you guys, and that is happening in 2 weeks, and we'll talk about that more later.
I think Olivia's in class, so she is not here. And I think Leah also has a prior commitment. Annie?
Hi everyone, I'm Annie. I've served as multiple roles on the AIAS in the past, but this year I am the 5th year rep. So the cross representatives generally just do a lot of communication between like the year level and the existing board and kind of work as a conduit in that manner.
Molly?
Hey guys, I'm Molly Knake. I'm a fourth year, but yeah, I'm just the fourth year representative for AIAS. So just keeping all the people in my class connected, helping out with events, and doing all of that fun stuff.
Will, you might be in class as well. Abby.
Hi, I'm Abby. I'm the second year representative, and so my role, I'm basically just communicating with second year students and keeping them engaged with what's happening. And then I'm also helping Lauren with membership week. So we have some fun stuff coming for you guys.
Awesome. Well, that's a little introduction to our executive board. We do have one other one for our first year reps. This is an opportunity for you to represent your year level in the same way that all of our other amazing year reps do. It is currently open starting right now. So if you want to follow that QR code and fill out the Google form, we are incredibly excited to be joined by a first year. And that Google form will stay open until Friday night, where we will then close it and start talking about and get the individual decided during our e-board meeting on Saturday. But so that's a little bit introduction to the board and kind of our own chapter leadership. So briefly going into an agenda, we'll cover introductions to AIAS, who we are and what our larger role is, a nationals report and update from nationals or the quad, and events, talking about upcoming events that you can look forward to, outreach, how you can get current information on our chapter, and our standing committees, how you can get involved with Freedom by Design and advocacy. And then at the end, we'll also have a small town hall. If any of you have any questions, do feel free to ask them there. So AIAS, we are the American Institute of Architecture students, and at a larger scale, we are an international organization. Right here, we do have our lovely national president, Erin Conti, who actually came from the Midwest Quad, and we also have our national VP, Sarah Takatatsu, who came from the West Quad, and of course, our lovely Midwest Quad director, Cooper Moore. All of these individuals kind of, along with the other quad directors, kind of help support the organization at a national level. If you are interested in following some of their opportunities, I highly recommend following them on Instagram at AIAS.org and at AIAS Midwest. These are great opportunities for you to kind of dive a little deeper into the organization. So about AIAS, our vision is to empower the voices, ideas, and actions for the future. As an organization that is made up of entirely students or predominantly students, we do look towards the future for a lot of our actions, and empowering them early on is a key component to making sure they actually create real change. And so we, as an organization, try to do that as much as possible. Our mission is to advance leadership, design, and service among students. These are kind of the three big portions that make up AIAS, and the way we operate is leadership, design, and service. And so throughout this semester, hopefully you'll be able to see us giving you guys opportunities to advance those leadership, design, and service capabilities. Once again, the scale of our chapter is that we are an international organization with more than 150 chapters that range from America, Canada, Central and South America, Middle East, and we do have a couple in East Asia. So we have a large network and a large field of influence that we cover. But the American chapters are split into 4 quads. We have the Northeast Quad, West Quad, South Quad, and Midwest Quad. We belong to the Midwest Quad. And then if you would like to see some more information about the national organization, do feel free to check out their website, AIAS.org. It has infinitely more knowledge about the organization than what I've said in this meeting, but it's a great way for you guys to start skimming the surface on what the organization is at a larger scale. In addition to being an international organization, we are also one of the 5 collaterals that kind of help guide the architectural field in the coming years. These are alongside the AIA, or American Institute of Architects. They are very similar to us, though they are the practicing architects organization, so those that have gotten licensure and are actively participating in the architectural field. We have the ACSA, or the Association for Collegiate Schools of Architects. These are schools These are kind of the organization that professors and schools are part of and really focuses more on architectural research. The NAB, National Architectural Accreditation Board. This is the organization that goes from school to school and kind of makes sure that they're following the accreditation requirements and to ensure that they are an accredited school. And then we have the NCARB, or the National Council of Architectural Registration Boards. These are the group of individuals that decide what it takes to become a licensed architect through AXP hours, going to an accredited school, and other requirements. So all of these put together along with AIAS are the 5 collaterals that kind of help guide the future of the field in our nation. So going a little bit more into the Midwest Quad, as you can see with this lovely picture, these are the states that make up the Midwest Quad in purple, and we're not necessarily the largest of the quads, but we do have a lot of heart to us, being in the heartland. And another interesting fact, which you can see in this image, is that we are the only quad, aside for us and South Quad, are the only quads that border all of the other quads. So we're kind of, again, right in the middle with a lot of engagement happening. And then I'd also like to point out our lovely mascot, Cornelius, as you can see in the top right. Do follow him at cornelius.ais, especially because this year he will be coming to the University of Kansas. So you will see him in some of our events and activities and some of the things that he's doing around campus. And we are also the only quad with a mascot, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's a little bit of information about our quad. Going into a quick nationals report, we do have a membership month occurring right now. It's August 17th through September 30th. For more information on that, do follow, again, at AIAS.org on Instagram, as you'll get updates with events going on there. They just had a giveaway for a free swag item. So they do fun stuff throughout the month. And it's a great opportunity for you to, once again, get to know the organization a little bit more. We will, as far as I'm aware, still are planning a Midwest Quad Health and Wellness Week. The time frame is to be determined, but they are looking for help. So if that's something that maybe interests you, it's going to be a whole week dedicated to kind of advocating for health and wellness throughout architecture students, as it can often be a large topic and issue. And so that'll be hosted by the entire quad. So it's kind of a big deal. If you are interested in looking at that, feel free to contact me and I can see about putting you in contact with the correct individuals. Grassroots, we did have 5 KU reps attend, and we got to see some great leadership skills develop in that conference. I'll get into conferences in the next slide, but Grassroots is one of our national conferences we host that is dedicated a little bit more to the leadership side of the AIAS. And this year, kind of to pump up and get people hyped about Grassroots and other conferences, we actually had someone from BIG come and speak about some of the projects they're doing. So again, kind of utilizing that network that we have, that international network, to pull together architects and kind of get the in on what's happening right now in the industry. Another thing that I would also like to make everyone aware of is there is a hashtag #IWantToWorkIn blog on the website. It's a regular blog post, with the most recent one being in Kansas City and the second most recent one being in St. Louis. So I don't know if they're targeting us, but it really seems like those are some great opportunities for individuals who are looking to work in those cities to get to know a little bit about the architectural field in those cities, and how you might be able to get to know them a little bit more. And the final thing I'd like to promote before we get into conferences is the In-Studio Made competition. It does have a cash prize competition, and it is able to show off your skills. This competition specifically focuses on galvanized steel and its capability in architectural design. For more information, do check out the national website. But it is a great opportunity for you to kind of show off your architectural skills, and even potentially get the project built. So really quickly, going into conferences, we do have a quad conference that is happening this semester, hosted by Bowling Green State University. It will be happening digitally from October 23rd to the 25th. This is a great opportunity, once again, to network with other individuals from around the quad. and kind of get to know some of what's going on. And you'll be introduced to several architects from around the Midwest, which again is another great opportunity. And the next ones, which I'm going to do are actually a YouTube video. So let me pull those up as we have Forum Chicago.
Yep. If one more label try to stop me, it's gonna be some dreadhead niggas in your lobby. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. Just another day at the pick up on the mail. They gon' turn around through the street, they be like, there you go. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. Just another day at the pick up on the mail. They gon' turn around through the street, they be like, there you go. Ooh, I just come and put the riches in their hand. Counting bitches while we meet and make them shake my other hand. Millie Rockets scooping all the blessings on my lap. I know you tried to cheat, you should've never took a nap. Hey, what wrong with you, what you were thinking? Thought it was, you talk that make a lame. Fall in love, not me though. You keep those brown at your head like Craig did Kibo. Don't tweak, bro. It's never sweet. My come for free, so if one more label try to stop me, it's gonna be some dread. So you'll love me. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. Yup. We're laughing in the thing, I'm like, you don't want no problem.
So really quickly, coming back to talk a little bit more about the forum. Obviously, as you saw, it is happening in Chicago. It will be happening, unfortunately, virtually this semester, but fret not, as some of those projects that you were able to see, you will still be able to get conversations about and be able to talk to individuals. From what I have heard, they are still going to be talking a bit about Chicago and kind of the architectural scene there. So again, it is a great opportunity to participate, get involved, get to know the industry a little bit more. This is the other national conference that we host aside from Grassroots, and this one is much more focused on the design and service aspect of AIAS. So highly recommend going to that one. Normally it is $300, but because it will be digitally, I have heard that it will be a reduced price. What that price is still unknown. But do be looking forward to that, and I will update you guys when more information is available. But to talk a little bit more about Forum 2021, which as of right now is still in person.
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands, strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law, hope they won't shoot me down soon. Facing on a sleepless night, try to catch me howling at them.
All right, so again, get excited about these opportunities. They are a great opportunity for networking. Denver, again, like I said, as of right now, is still set to be in person, happening over the forum, or happening over the 2021-2022 New Year's. And Forum 2020 will be happening over this New Year's. So get excited. Again, those are great networking opportunities for you to get to know the industry a lot more, and opportunities for you to just have a lot of fun and get to experience a new place, either digitally or in person. So before we move into events, I would just like to send a quick shout out and thanks to everyone who participated in our You've Got Junk competition. It is now over and we will no longer be continuing it. But it was a great run, and I appreciated seeing everyone's work and all of their fun activities they were doing over the summer. Here are all of our winners one final time just to shout them out and say thank you. I, again, was really pleased with seeing all of your guys' work that submitted. But going into September's events, September starts very soon, and so as such, we have some events planned. As Lauren mentioned, we will be having a membership week happening in a couple weeks. We'll also be talking about our KU ARC Hangouts, a firm visit we have planned. The first year raffle will be happening. So any first years that are tuning in, be excited about that. And then finally, we will be having a quick update on future general body meetings and how they will be looking and taking place. So starting off, we will jump to Lauren to talk a little bit more about Membership Week.
Yeah, so here is our general schedule for Membership Week. On Monday, we're going to have a napkin sketch competition and a movie night on Google Meet. And then on Tuesday, we're going to have some free headshots in Marvin and then a KU ARC Hangout at night. Wednesday, we'll just have speed networking on Zoom at night. Thursday will be a scavenger hunt and game night, and Friday will be an AIAS family dinner party. And this is going to be happening September 7th through 11th, so in about a week and a half, that'll be starting up. So on Monday, I'll go into more details about each of the events. So on Monday, the napkin sketch competition, it's going to be open to everyone, and whoever wins will get a reward. And you do not need a specific napkin or object to sketch. Just submit any sketch on any piece of paper to aiaskuevents@gmail.com. And then at night, we're going to be doing a movie stream on Monday night at 8 p.m. on Google Meets, where we're going to watch a movie with our KU AIAS family, and we're going to be putting out a poll on Instagram if you guys have any suggestions for movies you want to watch. As for Tuesday, we're going to be doing free headshots, and those are going to be available at Marvin Forum from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Social distancing will be enforced, and you have to come wearing a mask. And then at night, we will be doing a KU ARC Hangout, and we are going to be joined by our National VP and Quad Director, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the benefits of being a member of AIAS. On Wednesday, we are going to be doing speed networking on Zoom. So we're going to join a Zoom meeting from 7 to 8, and we're going to do quick little breakout rooms and to get to know some of your fellow architecture students and talk about some exciting things that you're looking forward to this semester. On Thursday, we will be having an online scavenger hunt, and you could either do it on Jayhawk Boulevard. We're going to have a bunch of riddles and clues where you could solve them for buildings or places on campus around Jayhawk Boulevard, and the first couple people to submit the keywords and everything will get a prize. And then Thursday night, we're going to be having a game night on Discord where we're going to play some awesome games, and that'll be starting at 9 p.m. And then on Friday, we're going to be doing a family dinner. So we're going to go all on Zoom and all eat dinner together, talk about just anything we want to talk about, play some board games. And we are actually also having a percentage night at Pi 5. So it would be great if you guys could go to Pi 5. There's a QR code down there to register. We do need at least 20 people to register before September 8th, otherwise the fundraiser does get canceled, but the money we receive from the fundraiser will go towards future events. So that's basically it for Membership Week, and there'll be more information posted about that as it gets closer.
Awesome. Thank you, Lauren, for that update. Going on to ARC Hangouts. So for those of you who maybe haven't been aware, we have been doing a KU ARC Hangout every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and Saturday at 12 p.m. We will be bringing in professionals, alumni, faculty, and more These will be casual events where you can learn about the profession. And the link is right there. The link will not be changing for any of them. And we will be meeting in that link first and foremost if we do have breakouts before we do send you all into breakouts. So get excited for that. But going to September specifically, some of the events we have is on the 1st. We will be having an alumni portfolio review, and I already have over 10 alumni interested in attending and planning to attend. So I highly recommend bringing your portfolio, getting it reviewed by them, learning how to improve it, especially our 3rd and 4th years who do have to submit a portfolio the following week. That following Tuesday, we will be having, of course, the Membership Week Value of Membership Hangout, where we will be joined by our National Vice President, Sarah Takatatsu, and our Quad Director, Cooper Moore. And the word around the street is we may even be joined by our National President, Aaron Conti. So be looking forward to that, especially if you have questions about membership or how to get involved at a national level. That will be a great opportunity for you to get those questions answered. 9:15 will bring us a talk about balancing health and work life. Again, we'll bring in alumni to form a panel and kind of answer any questions you might have about the practicing world and how they were able to balance their health and work life through school and in their practicing as a profession. On 9:22, we will have a study abroad session with the study abroad office. We will bring in an individual to talk a little bit more about the opportunities and the capabilities that we have for study abroad in the future. And we'll finish off the month hearing from interior architecture panel on 9:29. This will be a great opportunity for any interior architects we have out there, or just architects in general who want to go and learn a little bit more about the field of interior architecture. They'll be talking about any of the topics or any of the benefits or any of the things they wish they knew in school to get them through interior architecture. Jumping over to the Saturday Hangouts, these ones will be a little bit more focused on student engagement directly from students. So on 9/5, right after the alumni portfolio review, we'll be having a student portfolio review where we will be bringing in students from all year levels and kind of breaking out into breakout sessions where you can talk about your portfolio, present it, and get some tips from upperclassmen or comments from underclassmen. That will be then followed the next Saturday by on 9/12 by a learning and teaching culture policy discussion, or studio culture as it is in the works of being changed from. This is going to be talking about how we as students can help encourage a healthy living environment within the studio and promote a positive culture within studio and within the learning environment that we have. 9:19 we'll see things kind of relax a little bit, as we'll have another game session similar to what we'll be having this week on Saturday. And finally, we will be ending the week on Saturday on 9/26 with a study abroad session with a students panel. So we'll bring in students who have gone on study abroad trips, and you'll be able to get any tips or tricks they might have for specific study abroad trips or just study abroad in general. Moving right along, we will be having firm visits this semester. I know they will be digital, so we won't be able to physically go to those firms, but they will be on select Fridays from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. If you do have a studio conflict with this time, do talk to your professor about maybe how you can still attend this event. In the past, they have been really flexible about allowing students to attend these events, as it is a great networking opportunity. Attire, these will be formal meetings with the firms, so we do ask that you keep a professional appearance and dress for the part. Who knows, some of these people may be your future employers, so you might want to keep that in mind while you're getting ready for it. And a thing we're changing this year, just because it is a little chaotic and some students may be strapped for cash, it is going to be free whether you are an AIAS member or not. Previously, if you were not an AIAS member, it would be $5. But we are changing that for this semester at least, just to kind of encourage you all to get that networking opportunity and not have to worry about breaking the bank. Our very first firm visit is for BRR, and I have a little quote that they have on their website to tell you a little bit more about who they are. So whether it's a place you shop or where you go to work, eat, or relax, our design solutions help create the daily human experience. This will be happening on Zoom/Google Meets. We are yet to determine it officially, but more information will be coming soon, so do look out for that. It will be happening on September 18th from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. So at the very least, do mark your calendars, or if you do, like I said, if you do have a studio during that time, start up a conversation with your studio professor as early as possible and kind of remind them that this is something you are interested in attending. So jumping to the first year raffle, I don't know how many first years we have in the audience, but we will be doing a first year raffle on those that submitted. So I have a random number generator, and we got 28 submissions. So doing the random number, we have number 10, which is Landon Dinkle. I don't know if you're in the call. We will be contacting you on the email you provided us, but congrats for winning a free first year studio kit. This is an initiative we started this year just to help out with first year engagement and to give you guys a little bit of a break when it comes to the first year costs. So Landon Dinkle, congratulations. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, but we will be contacting you on the email you provided. With that out of the way, let's go to general body meetings. So just like the one we're having right now, we will be doing general body meetings monthly. They are going to give up-to-date information on what the chapter will be doing the next month. So in this instance, we're doing the August general body meeting talking about September events. September general body meeting will be talking about October events and so on and so forth. These general body meetings will be happening on September 30th, October 28th, and November 18th. We do know that the November one is a little bit earlier than all of the others in the month, but seeing as finals, projects can sometimes get a little chaotic, we are going to try and give you guys a little bit of time to work during that period. They will all be happening at 8 p.m. on the very same Google Meet you are on right now. They are open to everyone, whether you are a general body, whether you're an AIAS member or not. And like I said, they will be happening on Google Meet. So do be looking forward to those in the future and the opportunity to get to know a little bit about what we'll be doing the following month. So outreach, we have several different outreach options. We have a couple different outreach options this year. Most notably, we do have our Instagram at KU_AIAS. If you are not already following that, I would highly recommend following it because it will give up-to-date information on what we're doing on all the events that I previously just mentioned. And then we do have our YouTube channel, which we just started this year. The channel is AIAS University of Kansas, alongside with the previous ARC Hangout, which got posted this morning. We will be having future events such as general body meetings, ARC Hangouts, and of course our Marvin Minute be uploaded to there. Some of the programs we'll be outreaching through are our student shout out program, professor highlights, and Marvin Minutes. But to go into those a little bit more detail, student shout outs, what it is we'll be shouting out amazing students. So if you know an amazing student, or if you feel you've done some pretty cool things, do feel free to fill out that QR code or share it with a friend. This will be happening weekly, so do be getting excited for it. Here are our three members that we have, or three students that we've shouted out already. Great opportunity to, again, kind of get your name out there. It is open to any MARC or IA student, so no worries about across the department, and it will be happening on Instagram. So yet another reason to follow our Instagram channel. The next event or outreach opportunity we have is our professor highlights. Seeing as this year we may not have as much interaction with our professors and may not have as much opportunity to get to know them, these will provide as a small supplement to that by getting you guys to know a little bit about who they are, maybe what they're researching, what their projects are, so on and so forth. This will be happening every month or more, depending on how many professors submit to the Google form. It is any professor within the department, so whether they're a studio professor, a lecture professor, or whatnot, they are able to. And if you have a specific professor you'd like to highlight, do feel free to contact me and we can get in touch with that professor about filling out that forum a little bit more directly. These will be happening on Instagram. So once again, another reason to follow our Instagram and to highlight, once again, our previous professor highlight, Chad Krause, in addition to all the amazing things we said on there, I would just like to further highlight that he is our faculty advisor for AIAS. So he is getting constantly or weekly updates from me about what our chapter is doing and how we are progressing through some of our projects. So he's another great resource. If you aren't able to contact me or anyone else on the e-board, he's another great contact for you to communicate with as our faculty advisor. And he also puts us in touch with the faculty a little bit more directly, just so there are no communication issues whatsoever. And finally, in the outreach portion, we do have our Marvin Minute. I hope all of you have been watching it. It's a weekly chapter update on what's going on that week, some of the time and events, has a whole bunch of links at the bottom of every video, which are super useful. So do be looking forward to that every single Sunday. And it is for the entire chapter or just architecture students, as many of these events are not exclusive to AIAS members. And it is happening on YouTube. Once again, our YouTube channel is AIAS University of Kansas. Do subscribe if you want to get constant reminder, or if you want to get a reminder when we do upload something, whether it is a Marvin Minute, whether it's a KU Arc Hangout, or whether it's a general body meeting. That is going to be a great help for keeping up to date and on task with what we are doing this semester. So with all of those amazing outreach opportunities, I hope there are no excuses for not showing up to some of these great events, and no excuses for not having these opportunities be taken advantage of. So going into standing committees, we do have 2 this year. We have our Freedom by Design Committee, which has been in action the last few years. This is a service-focused committee for the chapter. It is part of a national initiative for our organization, a national program for our organization that just helps really promote that service element of the national organization. Then we also have completely new this year, advocacy, which will be a committee focusing on addressing issues pertaining to student success. So what that looks like, I'll get into in just a bit. But it is a brand new committee. We're open to suggestions and recommendations for what you guys want to see from it. So yeah, getting straight in, if Jenna wants to take the reins for the Freedom by Design.
Yeah. Okay, so like Ethan was saying, Freedom by Design is a service program of AIAS. In the past, we've designed and built items like picnic tables or just made outdoor areas more functional for community organizations. Service looks a little different this year due to COVID restrictions, but we're still trying to stay active. So projects will be a lot smaller, and we're working on things that can even be done at home without in-person contact. So we're still looking to help out our learning community, so positions are available if you're looking to get involved. We've defined them in the next few slides, but we kind of go over them the same way Nationals does. So first is the project manager. This person is responsible for overseeing Freedom by Design projects, including establishing a schedule, coordinating any approval process, and coordinating with team members. And then next we have the construction manager. This is basically, you're just responsible for overseeing the build process of the project, including the design, build, and installation phases. And then we have the PR and the historian. This is responsible for recording the process of the team and assembling a portfolio to send to the AIAS National Office at the end of the year. And then we have our fundraising chair, and this is just responsible for developing a fundraising strategy and locating any donated materials for the project.
So if you are interested in any of those roles, there is a QR code right here. Feel free to fill it out. It'll let us know which role specifically you're interested in, and how we can get you a part of this amazing committee. So jumping into our advocacy committee. So the purpose of this committee is to promote sustainability and resilience, diversity and equity, and health and wellness. These are themes that are echoed even at our national organization, and these are all key to student success and making sure that you guys feel comfortable in your studio, and that you guys are happy with how studio and the entire school experience is happening. The partners, we are looking to partner with fellow student organization NOMOS, which is an amazing organization and really has pushed the boundaries of advocacy a lot in previous years. And we're hoping that this committee will be able to partner with them and kind of help them out a bit. And we've also talked to Gould Evans a little bit. I know some of you who may be higher levels are aware of their events that they've hosted last year, and how they've tried to help out students as much as possible. And so they are very much interested in joining our advocacy and joining with NOMOS a little bit closer this semester and this year, to help us really advocate and make a larger stance within the organization and community. Programming, the committee will be developing programming that promotes the ideas listed above through engaging and meaningful ways. So what that looks like right now, we are unsure because we are still looking for committee members, which once again, if you are interested in getting involved with this committee, do feel free to fire me an email at AIASKUpresident@gmail.com. But before we get too much further into before we start to wrap up this meeting, I do want to promote our student survey. The purpose is to help those on the advocacy committee begin to understand the pressing issues within the department and begin to develop a program around it. This asks several questions that mirror a national survey, which was posted by AIAS earlier on during the start of the COVID pandemic, but this is going to be ours that will be continuing. And if something changes for you, do feel free to submit another post. We want to have what's up to date and not just what happened 1 or 2 months ago. This will be used anonymously, so do not worry about your name or information being given to outside sources. We will be keeping that confidential. And then we also will be using this to kind of, again, help with the development not only within the AIAS and the student body, but we will be talking about some of the results with the department chair, Joe Callistra, and how we may be able to gear some of the programming that school is using and developing to benefit the issues that we see arise.
Hey, Ethan.
With that, yeah.
Sorry, I hate to interrupt. Just so you're aware, the sharing screen notification, that tab you have at the bottom of your screen, is cutting off part of the QR code. Just a heads up.
Yeah, I will close that and I'll go back to that QR code. If you do want to, there it is again, if you want to fill it out. Sorry about that. Thank you, Sam, for pointing that out.
You bet.
I'll give everyone a second to just... No, you're good. Give everyone one more second to fill out that survey. It is greatly appreciated. But that does bring us to the end of our town hall. If you have questions you would like to ask, do feel free to unmute and ask them. If you have additional questions afterwards, my email is there. If you're already interested in joining AIAS, feel free to go to their website and fill out the things. Once again, there is our social media with the YouTube channel, AIAS University of Kansas. And if you are a first year interested in joining as a first year rep, here is the QR code once again. But yeah, are there any questions either about the organization, the events we have coming up, or outreach opportunities, or maybe even our committees? And yes, our vice president email is also open if you have any suggestions or recommendations. If for some reason you do feel more comfortable reaching out to her, Lydia's an amazing person and will be all ears. Right, not seeing any. I will adjourn this meeting, and I would like to again thank everyone for attending. I know it's a little closer than what I originally estimated it might be. I wasn't sure if we would have a lot of questions or not, so I wanted to make sure you guys kind of had that time reserved. But thank you for joining us, and that is it for the meeting. Yeah, so you guys are free to leave if you want. Thank you for being here.